Alright, before we start Thursday's check-in, I want to share with you another harvest of my jade blooms. I still have a tree full of blooms and blooms that are waiting to pop up for me. So this is an ongoing thing that I do between the months, I believe, of October and March is when it's Cressula ovata season. But these are all in my art. So beautiful. So this is my harvest and this is grandma's harvest. So give this Thursday's check-in a thumbs up. I will do one more harvest like this before I leave for Las Vegas, and then these will sit under silica gel while I am in Vegas for work, and then we'll come back to Santa Monica and these will go with the rest of my store dry blooms for my small business. So right, more progress here on the blooms. Grandma just did the second layer. I think you got one more layer, Grandma, to go? Yeah. So very tedious work when it comes to anything dried in my artwork because there is a whole process. So 3 huge layers of blooms. So pretty. Hey everyone, this is Jewelyn and welcome to another Thursday check-in. As the sun is setting, I'm hopping on here to do a quick Thursday check-in. I've done a lot of behind the scenes for the main channel, and I'm so happy to announce that I just wrapped up my patio plant tour literally 15 minutes ago. So I want to give a big shout out, plant hug, virtual plant hugs to my grandma Janet for helping me get the patio film ready. If you guys are familiar with my outdoor space and even my inside space, I don't have a lot of lighting in there. My outdoor space gets trashed from the tree, so it's a very time consuming to get it film ready. But I finally had a moment today, and I didn't want to do it in 2 weeks when I'm back from Las Vegas because the amount of trash from the tree, if you guys watch the vlogs, it will take me like a whole day to clean up the space to get it film ready. So we finally filmed it today. So that is episode 2 of my Santa Monica collective, and I will film part 3 and 4, which is the studio inside and the bathroom, when I'm back from Costa Rica in a month. And eventually, I think maybe if not this coming Monday, but the following Monday, you will see the front of the home studio plant tour. So the outside space. Finally, you guys are able to see that. And we are finally wrapping up on the vlog channel, Vlogmas. With that being said, you will eventually see my January vlogs in the next upcoming days, and eventually Travel with Jewelyn Miami. Speaking of which, I was also able to film finally my Florida plant haul, which was something that I filmed I think yesterday. And I did my first planting with Jewelyn of the year today, right before the plant tour. So there's a lot of filming for the main channel that I did within today and yesterday, so I'm happy about that. And I've been just kind of focusing on wrapping up January with the shop. I think I did maybe 7 to 9 pop-ups this month for the month of January, and I'm like probably only going to be doing 3 or 4 pop-ups for February, as I am spending most of my time traveling and filming for the vlog channel, which I'll talk about in a second. I've been filling a lot of custom orders and drying the jade blooms because it's wrapping up jade season. So I'll share with you kind of the behind the scenes of that. But if you guys are familiar with my jade tree, it produces a lot of blooms, and I'm so happy about that because you see that in my art, and I love being able to have access to a lot of blooms when it comes to creating. Speaking of which, I've been creating some fun things. I am gonna be dropping my Valentine's Day collection, which is pretty much kind of just, they're small, slow batches. Earrings I have to set up, and you will be able to see them on my resin account if you're not able to come to any of my pop-ups. Speaking of which, I did 3 pop-ups. I did Westwood Farmers Market, which was better than the previous week, so I'm happy about that. I will be back at that market in 2 weeks. And I did Playa Vista's Farmers Market, which I feel like, I don't know if I'll ever go back to that market, maybe once every other month, because it is so expensive to be a vendor there, and the type of people that are coming to the market, a lot of families, and I feel like majority of my customers this past Saturday were little children. So definitely I love that my artwork is for all ages, because you see people of all ages, adults, young and old, and then the little ones shopping, and that makes me really happy. But majority of my customers on Saturday were little ones. And then Sunday at Melrose was a decent Sunday, so I'm glad I was able to wrap up January with the shop. I won't be vending this week. I will be in Las Vegas and I will be dancing 10 days straight. By the time this video goes live, I will be driving back to Las Vegas with my grandma. Speaking of my grandma, I am doing a lot of behind the scenes with her, taking her to doctor's appointment. She just got her first iron transfusion 2 days ago, so that took up my whole morning. We got her labs drawn today, so hopefully her hemoglobin will go up a little bit higher and she'll start feeling a little better. And I would like to say after her second transfusion in a couple of weeks, she'll be feeling much more better. So give lots of thumbs up, positive comments in the comments down below for my grandma. So I am spending a lot of time taking her to doctor's appointments and just kind of getting her settled in here in California with her health care. So that's definitely something that has shifted in the last 2 months with my behind the scenes of the main channel, is focusing on taking care of my grandma. I'm also looking forward to seeing what the Las Vegas collective looks like, and I will do Pot of Fame for January. I'm gonna film it this week in Las Vegas. So we're gonna do a Las Vegas edition because I have never done a Pot of Fame for Las Vegas, and I am bringing a couple of plants to the Las Vegas collective this week, so I'm happy about that. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Tanya. She gave me her Pilates Studio hoodie as a Christmas gift, and she also gave me this nifty gadget. So it's a thumb pruner, and I guess you put this on your finger and you can prune your plants like this instead of an actual like pruning scissors. Comment down below if you ever seen this. It's definitely one of those gimmicky things. I don't know if I'll use it, but it was definitely interesting to share on the main channel. So I don't know if Tanya watches the channel, but thanks Tanya for a very interesting, fun plant life gift. And I was able to grab one of her Stapelia blooms to dry. It opened up today, so I'm happy about that. And what I'm looking forward to in the next upcoming 2 weeks is just editing and gearing up for my big trip. And that's definitely something that took a chunk of my time this week, was finding out that Carnival in Rio, Brazil is getting pushed back by 2 months. So I won't be going to Brazil after Costa Rica, and this took like 24 hours for me to switch things around, and that definitely screwed up my days with filming and editing for the channels. And now I'm going to announce my updated travel plans. So with that being said, with Carnival being pushed back, that was my main goal for going to Rio, was to experience Carnival. I've always wanted to do it, and I want to do it this year because last year it didn't happen. And I don't know what the upcoming years are going to look like. So I am still going to Costa Rica. I'm going to see my bestie Diana. I haven't seen her since I visited her in Spain. And she's actually coming back to LA for a couple of weeks right before I go to Brazil for the new dates of Carnival. So I'll be able to see her in LA in April. But I will be going to Costa Rica still. So I plan on going to visit her in Santa Teresa. And the thing with Costa Rica, as I'm starting to research and plan, as I'm gearing up to go in 2.5 weeks, is everything is spread apart. So I have Santa Teresa, which is the coastal surf area where their hotel is. And then I'm going to be spending a couple of days in La Fortuna, which originally I was only gonna have 2 nights there, but now because I'm not going to Brazil, I'm deciding to extend my trip longer and just do more Costa Rica. And I'm extending my trip shorter dates wise to come back to Los Angeles in time for the new updated date for my Egyptian concert, because it's actually supposed to happen the end of January, and then it got postponed to beginning of March, and then it got pushed to the beginning of March. So it was supposed to have been now with the new date, and then they pushed it again to the beginning of March. So I'm cutting my trip short, and it worked out because Carnival is not happening and I'm gonna come back for the concert. So there's a lot of shifting and planning, and I mean, this really cost me a lot to change everything, but I'm happy to announce that I am going to be in Costa Rica longer. Hopefully I'll be able to film some plant life there. It's very jungle vibes there. So I'm going to be in La Fortuna where the hot springs is. and I'll be probably going to do some, maybe a chocolate tour, I'm thinking, to go see the slots out in the environment. And also, because I'm not doing Brazil this time around, I extended my stay in Costa Rica, and I'm going to be taking, I think, a 7-hour shuttle ride, and all these places are between 5 to 7 hours apart driving, and I'm doing it all by a shared shuttle. I'm not driving in Costa Rica. And I'm going to go to Manuel Antonio, and that was not in the plans of my original booking of this whole Costa Rica Brazil, but because Carnival's moved, I decided to extend, and I'm gonna go to Manuel Antonio, which is another coastal beachy area. Super excited to also capture these places with my drone on the vlog channel. So those are the 3 places that I'm going to go and spend time at. And then I will be spending half a day in the town of where San Jose Airport is, which is the international airport. I'll be spending an evening there, so it'll be fun to like have a meal, kind of walk around for a couple hours, and then I'll catch my flight first thing in the morning and come back for the concert. So that's kind of what my tentative plan is for Costa Rica. And with that being said, with the new dates for Brazil Carnival, I am deciding to not do another country with Brazil. I like to kind of tackle like multiple countries in one trip, but I decided for the new dates, I'm gonna stay back in Brazil longer. And this was not in my tentative plan with Costa Rica, Brazil, but I'm gonna extend my trip longer in Brazil and just do one country, and I'm gonna go up north to the Amazons. And I am going to go to, I can't believe it, I'm gonna go to Manaus. And I've always dreamt of going to somewhere exotic like the Amazon. I try to pick and choose different off the beaten path experiences, and this is definitely one of them. And I look forward to now extending my time in Brazil and exploring a different part outside of Rio, and it'll be a whole different experience. And I'm looking forward to seeing what like these fishing villages is like, life like there is like, as well as seeing what life on the Amazon is like. So that is my tentative plan, and that is going to happen in, I believe, 2.5 months. So I kind of got to look at it in the bright side, like, okay, I am spending additional money to switch flights around and extend my stays, but at the end of it all, I get to spend more time in Costa Rica, and I get to take an additional trip, which was not planned, for the end of April, beginning of May. I don't even know what I plan on doing that time of the year. But I normally don't travel that time of the year. If anything, go home to Hawaii. And actually my grandma will be home in Hawaii during that time, and I was planning on going to Hawaii to do pop-ups and vlogs. So we'll see, maybe I can go to Hawaii before Brazil, and I'm looking forward to exploring the Amazon. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. There's no pop-ups this week. I'm going to be creating custom orders, but basically while I'm in Las Vegas dancing for 10 days straight, I just plan on editing content so that when I'm traveling abroad in Costa Rica, you guys still get daily videos. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm happy to announce I filmed patio plant tour just now, planting with Jewelyn, for a handful of plants from my Christmas plant haul and my Florida plant haul, as well as my Florida plant haul. So those are the things I was able to film in this past week. And I'm so glad, because I'm not going to be physically in this space for about a week and a half. So that is gonna wrap up today's video. I honestly don't want to share too much, because honestly what I've been doing in the past week are things that you're not seeing as of right now. You'll see it in the upcoming Monday videos. And I want to give a big shout out to my subscribers who have been ordering from my shop, supporting my artwork and grandma's handmade goods. Speaking of which, grandma's going to be taking more material that we got from Hawaii and creating more face masks and aprons. So I'm really excited to see those in the shop for next month, and I'm looking forward to doing more Planting with Jewelyn content in this space. I'm so happy to see the patio where it's at right now. It was a lot of hard work to get it filmed ready, but I'm glad that I was able to film it and finally sit down as the sun is setting to film Thursday's check-in. So hope you guys enjoyed hearing what's going on behind the scenes of the main channel, filming all these different types of videos that you'll eventually see, and what my plans are looking like for the rest of the month. So yes, I will be filming Thursday's check-in I want to say at least 2 Thursdays check-in at the end of this month coming from Costa Rica, so it'll be really fun to have different backgrounds, and I can share with you kind of any different plant life that I come across would be also nice. And then you will see me in 2 months checking in from Brazil, from Rio, I can't believe it, and the Amazon. So that is gonna wrap up today's video. Big shout out to my grandma again for helping me get the patio plant tour ready. I'm so excited for you guys to see my front of the home plant tour, which I'm gonna have to edit in the next day or two. You'll see that in, if not this coming Monday, the following Monday, upload on this channel, and you'll see my Florida come with me's, and you'll eventually see the behind the scenes of what it's like to travel with my plants across the country after you see the Florida plant tour, which I just filmed. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoy seeing the vibes of the space as the sun is setting, and I'm so happy to be able to be finally at this point of the day. All of the videos are filmed. I feel so good. I can leave the collection, come back in a week and a half, and I'll be here just for a week to do pop-ups, and then I am heading out to Costa Rica. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel and the vlog channel. You get a video each and every day. Aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.